As a father of 3 young boys, my job has been on a Sunday morning to let the other person sleep in and I get up and make pancakes.
Oh, this is nice.
I love it. You know, getting up in the morning, I might be tired, it might be 5 o'clock in the morning when they were little, but pancakes are one of those things that all dads should know how to do, and it's really simple to make. You got a strainer over there. I want you to hold that over the bowl. Here's a little tip to your dads. Straining the flour makes it nice and light and fluffy, and your pancakes will be delicious.
Just like Richo.
Exactly.
There you go. Actually, Will makes pancakes too. This must be a dad thing.
Well, a lot of dads can't cook at all, so this is probably the only thing they can cook, so they give it a go. And it's, you know, as I say to a lot of blokes, is always, if you can learn 4 or 5 things to cook and learn to cook them really well, and pancakes are one of them, you'll always be able to take care in the kitchen and make sure your other half can actually sit back and relax.
Lovely.
Now, the reason we sift it is because sometimes when the flour's been sitting in the packet, there might be some little lumps there, and it's a great way to break up those little lumps so that when you mix the egg and the milk and the other things in there, it mixes together beautifully. Now, self-raising flour I've used in here, you can use plain if you want, or you can use plain flour and baking powder. I want a little bit of lift, I want a little bit of thickness to my pancakes or crepes or whatever you want to call them, so I've used the self-raising. But in goes some milk. Grab that whisk over there. You're going to start whisking the milk in there, and I'll put a little bit of milk in there just to start it off. Lovely Australian milk. And I'm also going to use a little bit of melted butter. I love the melted butter. Gives it a lovely flavour, a little bit of, you know, gives a bit of caramelised flavour, or that lovely butter. And then I'm going to put some egg in there. I'm going to crack one egg in there.
It's getting thick. I need to get this starch going.
Exactly. You need to get it going. In goes the egg. A good little tip, if you don't want to get any shell in there, just crack the egg in a little bowl and then pour it in. But, you know, a little bit of shell is good for fibre. It's starting to thicken up now, isn't it?
Do you think maybe the whisk is the best utensil? Or is this a bit of a stitch-up?
I have stitched you up a little bit. I haven't measured this at all. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm just going freestyle.
Yeah.
So what I do is I add a little bit of milk and get it going, and then now that it's nice and thick, I'll add a little bit more milk and watch you sweat it out.
Yeah, lovely. This is
that.
starting to burn in the bicep a little bit. I might skip Pilates tonight.
Would you like a little bit of help there?
I would.
There we
Would you
go.
like to take over?
I can take over.
Do
There
you
we go.
think?
There we go. Now,
Honestly,
what I'm
it's
gonna
quite thick. For people at home who think I'm actually quite a strong human.
Well, yeah, I know. I've left it a bit thick, and I am winding you up a little bit. That's why this is a bloke's job. You know what I mean? Because we like to whisk it up, and you know I'm going to get heaps of emails and stuff about that, and you're giving me a little kick underneath it. Being a dad, I'm allowed to say some of those little things because everyone knows it's not true. I believe in equality for all. Don't you believe that?
I do. Of course I do.
In goes a little bit of dill and some chives that I've got here, garlic chives, and I'm using these because this is a savoury pancake.
I love it. So I'm not a big sweet tooth, as you know. That's just my palate. But I love a savoury crepe.
You're going to love this one.
Yeah, I think I will.
If you can hold that for me.
Yes.
Now, I'm using a crepe pan here. You can tell it's a crepe pan because it doesn't have any sides. This isn't the pan that you're going to make a big bolognese in at all because it's all going to go all over the place. This is perfect for making crepes because you can get into it from the side and flip it over. Also great for making flatbreads or roti or so many other things. I use them quite often and I love them. And the other thing, it's got the thermo signal in the centre there, which tells me that it's ready to go. Now, I've got my crepe pan on at a medium heat because I want to cook these nice and slowly. So I'm going to grab some butter, and this is the way I like to put butter in the pan. And it's great when you've got butter like this, you just peel off the foil on the outside or the paper, and it's got like a little handle to protect your hand.
Oh, wow.
And you just whiz it around like this and make sure it's well buttered. You don't need to put that much butter on it because it is a non-stick pan and nothing will stick to it, trust me.
So you don't even need it, actually, if you're trying to look after your cholesterol.
I do use the butter because it helps to brown the bottom of the pancake really well and helps to give it flavour. So I don't need to worry about the sticking at all. It's all about the good stuff. Now, what I do is pour the mixture, which is quite thick, into the pan here like this, and you'll see it spread out. So I reckon I'll put about a ladle and a half in there. I want it to go all the way to the edges. And that's the one beautiful thing about a pan like this. It's big. So if you want to make a big pancake, you can do that. Or if you want to make a couple of small ones, really easy to do as well. And I'll just use it. And you can see how non-stick it is. So I just turn it around like that, and then I'll pop it back onto the heat.
Lovely.
And all we need to do is let this cook on this side here, nice and slowly, and then we'll flip it over, and then I'll show you how to put the rest of it together. Okay, Preeya, you can see it's nice and thick and a little bit spongy, and it's cooked all the way through. Now it's the time to flip it. And I'll tell you what, dads, if you're watching this, it's worthwhile practicing because nothing impresses the kids more than dad flipping a pancake.
It's true.
It's just a matter of making sure it doesn't stick like that. And then 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
There you go. Catch it
Gosh,
like that.
it was going that way for a minute
Well,
there.
you know, it's just trying to escape from me. But, you know, I had it. I wasn't going to let
He
it
was
go.
in control at all times.
Exactly. Control at all times. Now we're ready to make the pancake, finish it
Okay.
off. It's still browning on the other side there, so that's going to be nice and golden. And what I've got here is some spinach, some pancetta and some onions that I've fried off before in a lovely fry pan till it just came together. The trick with this is just add the baby spinach at the last second so it does stay nice and green. It just wilts a little bit. And I'll pop that straight into the middle
lovely.
here like this. Now you can do this any way you want. I'm just going to do a little bit sort of fancy and see how it comes together. A few of the chives on top of it and some of this lovely goat's cheese.
Ooh.
Probably a good idea not to get the kids to like goat cheese, yes, because it's very expensive
It's
habit.
costly.
Exactly.
Save it for yourself, friends. Take it from us.
Exactly. Maybe a bit of mozzarella is what you need. So I'll pop a little bit of goat cheese on top there like that.
Lovely. I'm thinking you could do mushrooms and baby spinach, maybe go without the processed meat, I'm thinking. Maybe
Yes,
olive oil
yes.
instead to get it nice and golden.
But the pancetta's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
And plenty of butter on it.
I
Now,
do love it.
What I'm going to do is just use a little spatula here like this, and I'm just going to pop it under here and fold it up on the side there like that. It is quite hot, so you might want to use a spatula here on the side here. I'm using this spatula here. If you want to help me with that one, hold it there. Fold it up like that. Hold that one there. So you might need a bit of hand from the kids, and I'll grab this one and fold it up on this side. Squeeze it down a little bit so it holds itself in shape. There we go. Spin it around, and you can see how lovely that pan is. And then it's just a matter of grabbing it like that, and I'll slide it straight off.
Oh.
There we go. That is a cracking little brunch dish. You'd have to say it's great, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
In we go. Delicious, isn't it? Nice filling, nice pancake batter, lots of herbs in there.
Beautiful. I'm loving this. Like I said, I'd make a couple of little changes there. Maybe leave the processed meat out instead of the butter, olive oil. But look, this is what I'm going to learn. Not just for the dads, my friends. Not just for the dads.
You know what? I will agree with you. We can take the processed meat out, maybe put some more sugar in it and some berries and some maple syrup, ice cream on top of it, and cream and custard. That'll
So
make it nice.
aggressive and bitter. Come on, let's dig in.
Delicious.